these people say. What do, what do they think? What do they take Nigerians to be? Anyway, as far as we know, at least the voice of people is the voice of God. You see, the opinion of the people. Nobody want a rerun for what? Rerun. What is the outcome of the one we did? Rerun. Rerun with who and who? Nobody. Just well, the thing is, only that Nigeria, when we, according to Chinua Achebe, Chinua Achebe said Nigeria is a country that we try all it could to snatch defeat from the jaw of victory. He
Mr.
said,
CM,
he said, he said,
Mr.
Achebe,
CM, sorry to interject you.
Yes, please.
You see, this rerun issue, this
Yeah.
card was played into the cyberspace by the Agbadois too.
Yeah, they
They
want
played
to
it.
test it, to
And
test the waters.
yes, they played it. And one thing, we are not even, see, I went to a cyberspace today.
Yes.
If you see curse, if you see talk, hey, you know that guy that normally sing 75, oh, nah,
El,
76. Oh
LP.
boy, that guy, he tear them with Yoruba apart. He tear them to look. If you see curse when they rain upon, and that pastor, you know that pastor that make that comment with the Bible online about
The one they call
King
Ojuma Kinde.
Solomon.
Okay,
Oh God, that man, they don't finish that guy. You even one pastor even come from redeem. He scattered the man for cyberspace today. He
in fact,
scattered him. See,
I bet,
you need to be
I
on the
believe you.
cyberspace and know what is happening now. It's a
I believe,
war.
I believe you, Black Panther. When you say that church is one, now these pastors, I believe you now
I say
that they are the.
you need to investigate and come to my own
Do
conclusion.
you know?
Look,
Do you
all
know?
the Christians that
Do
are
you know?
out there, they need to rise up against some people that call themselves men of God.
In
They are
Rwanda,
really decimating the whole
in, Ru-
world. Decimating the house of God. I'm telling you the truth.
in Rwanda, you will present a degree in theology from a recognized university before you go preach. A degree,
It's good
and
now. It's good. That's another
they
measure.
it's true. They regulate it. It's true. No, it's what you're saying is. The thing that surprises me is that there's one thing I've learned about Nigeria. They always feel that the people don't know anything. If not that, you see this rigging. Do you know that let Obi enter? The revolution Nigerians have been clamoring for, we just take easily. Why I want Obi to get in, apart from everything, not that because he won. If he goes in, people will sit there and say, so it's possible without spending money, people can vote for you just because of go and verify. What,
Yes.
why are people? Obi has never been a minister. He has never been ambassador. He has never been anything except governor like any other person for 8 years. The only political post he did in his life was from private business, governor for 8 years. He left again to private business. Yet what he did, go and verify. You do this, verify. I did it. I saved this. So somebody can now say, "Oh boy, I no get money, but I want to represent this our street for this. Why I go and verify? When I used to live here, that's all." People go say it's true. Go and verify. So that will now give people the hope that without money, I think somebody said, in those days, if not for Obi, you go see people where go they carry pikin, they go fry akara, carry the bike on, they chew for road to say that. But Obi saying a competence now everybody want. So he made them sit up. So that revolution we are looking for is possible if only INEC will not be this messy. Allow the man to take over, then things will change. That's what we
Can I
want in
Okay,
Nigeria.
Mr.
can I
Chris.
give you a scenario? Can I give you a
Yes,
scenario in the Bible?
yeah.
Can I give you a scenario in the
Mr.
Bible?
Chris.
Oh.
Okay. There's no Chris here. Is there anybody
No,
called
no,
Chris?
he's on the backstage at the call
Okay,
line.
okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, engineer Chris. Okay, Black
Okay.
Panther, go ahead.
Can I give you a scenario in the Bible?
Yeah,
You know the Pharisees. Everybody know about the Pharisees.
yeah.
You know they were very close to the government. Then they were very close to the government, and as they were close to the government, tell the people the people will believe. And if you revoke against their doctrine, they will tell you that you have sinned. They will be the one that will tell you that you have sinned against God. Now, you see what is happening in the Pentecostal church? They are closer to the government. And they will tell you what to do, how to brush your teeth, everything. People cannot tell them when they will tell, oh, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. You know why? Because the people refuse to have a relationship with their God. And why did Jesus Christ come? Why? To break that bound, that barrier, that wall between the elders in the church that will come and tell you about God. Now you having access direct to God through what? Through Christ. Now, what are they practicing? Look, I want you people to go and read about these people very well in the Bible days. And this is what they are practicing now. Because many of them have relegated Jesus. You see, most of the pastors we have in Nigeria now, you can hardly see one in a month preach about Jesus. Go and observe it. You can hardly see one preach about Jesus in a month. Now, what they do now, because of the kind of knowledge our people have, the ignorance and the docility of them, they don't want to study the scripture, neither do they want to have a relationship. They want a cut short through the man of God to lay hand upon them so that they can get money. That is what is going on. And I've been trying to relate it. And today, when I see what was happening in cyberspace, I now started saying, yes, that is why Jesus came. That is why he came. Because these people, they don't want you to know the secret of the word. Rather, they want you to know the secret of the word through them. They want you to know prosperity through them. They want you to know faith through them. Yes. Relegating Jesus Christ. That is why you see in the house of God now, they are like the Pharisees. They go and stand with the government. No matter how bad the government is, they stand with them. And what happened? The people are ignorant of what is happening, and they just give them whatever they do. Do you know that man of God that said that thing? A lot of people were saying on today in the cyberspace that he blocked them because they said what the analysis he gave. Christians who pastor, they said the analysis he gave was not appropriate with what was on ground. Then you won't know what he did. He started blocking all of them.
Black Panther, sorry.
Yeah.
There's a video. You see?
This is a typical high street in UK. All the shops, everybody. If you call UK more, anywhere you see Next, you see Nigerian, KFC, you see this is a typical high street.
My first 3 months in the UK, when I came in, on a Sunday, I went to work. People were in the bar parlor, drinking, dancing. They are chilling out. I said, I'm not the secret. I really go church in the morning. Church door. As at 8 o'clock, it's still locked. They wait for priest to come open door. This is now when I say these people, things are working for them. They don't have to go and be shouting praise the Lord every day. They go to church.
I say religion don't eat us so much to that extent. Be say we don't even know what they do again. You see, person will not see money to pay rent for abroad. He go pray. Defend the religion, defend.
Do you know? I attended a graduation ceremony of a friend. He left Nigeria. I studied at UNN, doing PhD. So then at Newcastle University, I go meet them. So when I go there, when 2 or 3 Nigerians gather, the next thing I judge. Even for abroad. So me, I just, because I know since I left Nigeria a long time. So we just they talk. They talk the thing that happened for Nigeria. People need deliverance. I say anybody will leave Nigeria, go Europe or abroad, it don't get delivered. They say, I say, hey, now waiting, prayer point go change. Wait, you go see they pray for something.
For light.
So when they talk, I say, look, when they want pray, me, I'm a Catholic. We do our prayer and normal Hail Mary and all those things. So they begin through away prayer point. One person go pray for our job. One person go pray for all the sick people. I agree. One person go pray for. They give me make I pray for Nigeria. I say I no go pray for Nigeria. I talk at me because I was annoyed. I say I say no. Instead make I pray for all the sick people or maybe for our job. Make our job they secure. Hey, I go pray for that one. They say why you know what I say. Why can you pray? Prayer no they work for Nigeria. Now one lady say brother, no talk like that too. Without this prayer, we would they pray for Nigeria if I don't worse pass as he did. That day I shock. I said, as he did so day, yeah. He said, now you the talk. If not the prayer, we would they pray if I don't worse pass as he did.
But she's saying the truth.
That was the
She's
day.
saying the truth. You know why I say
That,
that?
that was
That church
I
will
knew.
go every Sunday. That church will go on every Sunday. When your head during the week, you don't suffer, you don't the boy. As you go church, pastor will preach, you calm you down. Deceive you to this week is your week, you get a job. You carry down and go house. The imagine say yes, one job will come, one miracle money is coming from somewhere. You go manage before you know Sunday don't come. The day Nigerians stop going to church the way they are going and open their head and open their sense, this one we're talking about, say Nigerians come out and protest. We not go beg them if they come out and protest.
It's true.
You not go beg them because you know
It's
say
true. You know,
it's not die.
it wasn't like this before. That's why I'm hoping that when Obi comes in with this is massive agricultural revolution. You know, poverty is more in the north. We know, even when Nigeria they're poor, but poverty is triple, quadruple in the north. So when he goes there, mechanizes agriculture, and everyday people they farm, they drive tractor, they cultivate, they harvest this money, they come, people they feed. You know, do you know that why Obodo Ivo, somebody can confirm this, why abroad? Why they call them developed? Not really technology. Food, government subsidy. That's why when people say hey, subsidy, government subsidizes a lot of things. Milk for farmers, egg and bread, there's subsidy.
CM, do you know
Yeah.
that for Nigeria, everybody is begging at this particular moment? Everywhere I drive, everybody is begging. Everybody is begging. Even me myself, it's a big risk now to come out for inside your car.
You see now.
To come out for inside your car.
See?
Because the way people they look you, everything in Nigeria.
They say some people go there, mama put area or where then they say, you think say they want buy food and they wait for bus or taxi or check. No. Now when they look you as you dress, can't enter one shop. You go say, okay, your boy there here, I know okay, even if na one plate, no meat, I don't mind. When a man tell you that kind thing, you go sure. You go say, okay, don't worry, come. Madam, give and wait with or give us 2 plates. Sure you want, you say yes. After that, he go thank. He don't take in food. That's why he hang there.
You know that the manipulation, the deception in Nigeria is staggering. You see, the rate of what Mr. Niger said now is even an understatement. See, the poverty in that country, the poverty level, they say 130 million. Forget that one. Almost 200 million people. See, China has a population close to 1.5 billion. The total number of people in China that are living well, that are okay, that are living above the poverty level is not up to 200 million. And that's just about less than 20% of the entire population. In any country where you see 10%, in Nigeria, if you see 10% of people that are actually above the poverty line, you will see prosperity everywhere. It will be clear. If you see 10 million Nigerians are okay, so it's a lie. See, almost 200 million people in that country, they are living below the poverty. There is massive, it's staggering. Just all this deception we're seeing.
Kingsley, when they give you that kind of figure, you go tell them say because as you go tell the person they say now 133 million, they're multi-dimensional poverty. He say okay. He said okay, let's just say it's 130 or 133. He said, but they say Nigeria is more than 200 million, but let us work with 200. So if you remove 133 from 200, is that not 67? Are you telling me that 67 million Nigerians are okay? Is that what you are telling me? 67 million, more than the size of
CM. You see, this issue. Do you know why I am saying the religious people are one of the basic, they are the fundamental cause of the problem? You see, I pray a lot. I hold position in church up to now. Even in America, I still hold position in church, and God has given me that grace. Anywhere I go, they find that leadership role inside of me. I don't know how they do it, but I know it's just the grace. I hold sensitive positions, and I mentor people too. You see, this life, everything the people, the Nigerian pastors preach, they believe everything is spiritual. You see, there are questions Christians don't ask. Why did God give us senses? Your eye, your tongue, your hand is for you to be able to dominate the world we are living. Those are part of the power God gives you. He did not say everything is spiritual. He brought you to the earth to dominate because he has given you the power to add everything more. Because of the atrocity in the house of God, Jesus came to break that barrier so that the world will be liberated, because he made mention of liberty in his word. But the Nigerian pastors, as you see them, they connive with the politicians. Sometimes they come as if you see them as if they are with the people. They are never with the people. Okay, look at what P.O. said. P.O. made mention of one fundamental statement. Every pastors in Nigeria are that they are always saying it. Most of them, they will say, oh, now as God one time, give them the power, now as God one time. P.O. told them, say, no, be God no want that way. For us to come to suffer, now God one time, now God one time. For more than 35 years, now God one time. They have never really come out to tell the Nigerian people what did God want us to do about these politicians. Ask any of them whether they even pray for Nigeria. I'm very sure they don't even pray for Nigeria. Because God, if they say they serve a living God, God would have told them what to tell the people, what the people will do. Because even the Israelites, they prepare their mind to go for war, to take over land. They've already prepared to go. They will not ask the priest, pray for us, for God to give us victory as we are going for this war. But what are we doing now? We allow the people to oppress the same people that you are preaching to, and you keep on telling them not to stand up for their right, because now the way God wants them be that.
All right.
Our God is not a foolish God. He's the omnipotent science. He knows all things. So when they preach some kind of things in the church, I just look them.
Mr. Black Panther, you will continue with that particular topic, but I'd like to add this to it. You all know this el-Rufai over his speech earlier on. For the past about 7 weeks now. So he finally responded to that speech we make, let's listen to what you have to say here. Let's take it together.
Developing story. We'll see how it goes. We'll take our final story. Former governor of Kaduna State, Nasiru el-Rufai, has broken his silence about a trending video in which he allegedly stated that he deceived Christians during the course of the electioneering campaigns, that the APC Muslim ticket was not for religious dominance, when in actual fact the tickets, both nationally and at the state level, were for Islamic dominance. Speaking at the launch of an autobiography and retirement program for Ishaq Akintola, a professor at the Lagos State University, el-Rufai said that he chose not to respond to the distortion of his statement because those involved have no regard for truth or accuracy, further describing the reported statements as manufactured falsehoods. The former governor of Kaduna State, while clarifying his statement, said that his message was simple and that what he said in the trending video was that leadership based on Islamic and indeed even Christian principles is fair and equitable, and prescribed that a leader must be fair and just to everyone, whether Muslim or Christian. El-Rufai went further to state that he is pleased to observe that the much decried Tinubu APC ticket not only won the presidential election, but has shown within weeks that the Muslim presidency is capable of being fair to everyone, Muslim and non-Muslim alike. I guess we have been waiting for this clarification, Dr. Abati and Rufai, but I mean, this video did trend and we did send
Can you play back the
yes,
video?
Yes, I may just read a little bit of the text because I did send it to some of my colleagues who are Hausa speaking. I'll read a little bit, and he said in that video,
how can somebody come to a national TV, you say something, then you also come back and deny it on a video? This is not a written statement, a verbal statement.
They say
You will not be saying that, no, not be so I take talk him.
Make I clarify him.
I don't understand. Then
you know why he come outside? Now because they don't give a ministerial position.
Then our media will not end up endorsing them, say, oh, it don't clarify RAM. Now wow, people. Nigeria, a country where an individual believe that they are bigger than the whole country, they are bigger than judiciary, so they believe they can do anything, say anything, engage in any kind of fraudulent activities, corruption and all that, and can get away with it. These are the kind of people that hit their chest in their secret place, like in their living room, in their satanic group of meetings and all that, to say, someone like me, fear not, let the try and I can do anything. These are the kind of people that brags, behind the closed door. You see, ever since of that video, my people, tell me any official in Nigeria that called this man out. Nobody. That is what I said in our previous broadcast today. That why is it that governor will rule for a whole 8 years? Governor go leave office. They will now be fighting to go for Senate. Nobody will question them. How you take rule for 8 years, for Christ's sake?
Yes.
Nobody. For you to know that Nigeria is captured, the same people are recycling themselves. The same people are friends. The same people are affiliated. The same people are the people that are causing you and I the pains that we are facing today, the division that is amongst us, the contradiction, the every pains that we are facing. Just see, they'll wear the agbada, they tell you, say, not beside I talk, I'm on, I go change my word. Wait till you talk for video. No, Nigeria don't. No, God, this is not fair. This is not fair.
They will say, I want to clarify.
No, this is so, I'm so pained. This is so bad.
Nigeria watch. That's why I said, there's what they call play God. That's where I always go into. They say God help those who help themselves. At the same time, God help those who cannot help themselves. You see, Nigeria has come to a stage, these people, they feel that they own everybody, anything. Nobody knew that Soviet Union, I'm not saying that Nigeria will get to where they are. 15 countries, Yugoslavia, where you are doing all the airtime will come. This will be something started like a small hurricane. That's why I'm just hoping, let them push Obi across the line. Then Nigeria, all this impunity will be history. We can't go back. Because what Obi's presidency will ensure is that the youths, the young ones, will just come in. The pattern of leadership, because even while as a contestant, Peter Obi said if he becomes president, the next election they are going to conduct will be easier, freer, and then maybe free, just like it won't cost Nigeria anything. Say we tell United Nations, say where they do it. We will do our election, it won't cost us anything. Yet it will be very clean, and he's going to do it. Why I'm saying this is that There are some people that will be in power. When they say when the righteous is in power, the people rejoice. Not that somebody is righteous, but there are some people that will be in power. The West will look towards Nigeria. Not the way they are looking at us now, but because when you imagine a country like Japan, very rich, but Japan is one of the greatest ally of United States. America respect them because they've seen that Japan has potential they can do. The same thing with Korea. Korea and Japan, America rate them too high. That is the position Nigeria should occupy. If somebody like P2B comes in and start to do something so that the narrative about Nigeria and fraud and then decadent leadership, when it start to change, people will say, so this country can turn around. Do you know that a country like Colombia, if you go and read their history in the 90s, it's like, I don't know. But today, look at Colombia. Look at Rwanda. You see, no matter how rich you think you are or what you are doing, when you keep recycling, doing all this nonsense they are doing, el-Rufai this, Agbado this, the world will just look at you and be laughing at you because they know you are killing your people. They can only speak it. If European Union could say more, look at the report they put about Nigeria. Yet they gave you millions of euro to go and conduct this election. And look at the mess you made about your people. They put it and documented and give you. And you are talking. Don't you know they will look at you that
No, we hear
you are
from
that,
Oga Chris.
that you are subhuman being.
Oga
Okay,
Chris,
Chris.
if you are there, good
Finally,
evening, please. I beg. Yes, this session now where everybody they interject, or if you stay silent, sometimes nobody will call you.
It's
Eh?
true. It's true.
Eh,
good evening. Finally, I know I interject, but I didn't know that the rules are different on this second
Okay.
no,
segment.
I'm
a
So,
late
sorry.
a late night broadcast, you are allowed to interject. Sometimes
Correct.
nobody will call you.
oh well. Earlier on, good evening, Mr. Nanjawas. Good evening, CN,
Thank you.
Patricia, Madam Patricia, Black Panther, Mr. Jonathan, Mr. Omashola, and everybody in the panel and those on the comment section. My name is Chris, and I'm speaking from Dublin. Earlier on, I wanted to talk about the argument to Niger was making, but he's no longer here. But nevertheless, Dr. CM made a very robust response to him. Although Dr. CM was just laughing, but that was a very serious issue. Because I was personally surprised that such an issue as important as that to Nigeria was feigning some level of ignorance. Like I said, because it's not here, I'm not just going to respond to that. But concerning el-Rufai, Mr. Nigeria Watch, this is not the first time el-Rufai is saying things like this. You remember in 2019, el-Rufai said that if these EU people, these same people that gave this referendum, in 2019, he said if they in any way interfere in our election, they will go back in body bags.
Yes, he said it.
Somebody that can say that to the EU people, the foreign observers, he said they will go back to their country in body bags. And nothing happened to el-Rufai. Nothing, no question asked. And look at what he's repeating again. Now, the reason I believe the people like el-Rufai and some other people, the reason they have this audacity and this guts to be saying what they say is because we all want to be politically correct. Because if you want to call them out as the satanic Fulani people, people are quick to say that, oh, don't try and cause any ethnic problem. But we all know that in this country, it is only the Fulanis that can make comments like that and get away with it without anything, without any repercussion. But the problem is that we are all scared or we all want to be political correct and we refrain from saying it the way it is. Nobody, no any other person from this section of any other section of this country that can talk in such vulgar terms like el-Rufai. If you just listen to the gravity of the things el-Rufai said there, you can't even say that against the Muslim. The country will go in blazes if any other person should try something like that. From the south, you see them, they'll start rioting in the north, and this is exactly how it is. But because of political correctness, we all just shy away. We want to carry everybody. I think it was Mr. Abibuize that said earlier on in this program, long ago, and when somebody was saying that if they disqualify Siwaju, there will be uprising or whatever in the north. I don't know exactly the word the person used. And I think Abibuize responded, and so what? If they want to go, they can go. And so what? The fear is just too much. The kind of fear we have that we don't want to offend the West, we don't want to offend the North, at whose detriment? It's at the detriment of our children, our children's children, and their children's children. Unless we begin to speak out, these things are going to continue. Dr. C, like you rightly mentioned, they oppress our grandfather. You were making one analogy. They oppress our forefather, our grandfather, our father. We now, our children, and our children's children. Is this how it's going to continue? Because we want all in the name of one Nigeria, all in the name of one
Exactly.
political correctness. The country is not working the way it is. And we almost come to the realization that there are two sets of laws for all of us in the country. Trust, I've said this thing several times. Trust me, the interview that our able vice president gave, remember the things, the very strong words he said. Nobody dare try it. No any other person dare try such things. They will go and pick him up. But they can't try that to our vice president, our very, very able vice president incoming, because of
It's
where he
true.
comes from, obviously, and nothing more than that. So the truth is that we must come to a stage in our country that we either choose to do the right thing or we go our separate ways. One big Nigeria is favorable to everybody. One big united Nigeria is what I prefer. It is
Of
always
course.
my first choice.
Of course.
But if they cannot allow it to work like that, then I cannot remain as a slave in a
It's
big
true.
entity, all in the name of one Nigeria.
One Nigeria. Yeah.
My parents were treated as slaves. I'm being treated as one. Then my kids are already suffering the same thing. And if anything is not done, their children's children will also suffer the same thing. All in the name of one Nigeria at whose expense? Just look at what el-Rufai said that they have taught Christians a lesson that if they continue with this circle of Muslim ticket, everything with time before you know it, everything will become calm. That is an insult. That is an aggravated insult on every right thinking Nigeria, even be you Muslim, Christian. If you are actually a true Muslim, that should also be an insult to you because that's not the dictate of what a proper Islamic teaching should be. It's not the proper dictate. So I don't know, and this is where I blame the Christian Association of Nigeria because they will all be quiet now, completely quiet. Nobody.
Chris, don't lose your line of thought. Why sometimes I say what I said is that they said when you witness certain things, when certain events takes place in your lifetime, it's for you to use it. It's like you've attended the university or you did a course of study. A time will come. Let's say, let me just take Arab Spring. In Tunisia, they were finding things difficult, but nobody could, talk. Until such a time, things are getting serious. It was somebody, a chap who sells something with cat, just like truck, was so disgusted with the cost of living and everything. He set himself on fire. That was what triggered it. From Tunisia to Egypt to Libya to everywhere to Morocco. They call it Arab Spring. SARS was not planned, although it went the way it went. If Nigeria, that's why people like el-Rufai, when people talk, that's why if you've read lots of book in history, you will find out that there are people that are worse than el-Rufai. But how did they end? I normally give when they do all this, Peter Obi want to be president. He contested, did everything. Because of maybe the area he come from or what you want to do, you want to deny him. Now, you want Peter Obi to still be part of Nigeria. Let me just use Peter Obi as an entity. You want Peter Obi to be part of Nigeria. He has no choice. He must be part of Nigeria. Then what about you? It is you that will determine. Somebody score 154 votes. You reduce it to 19. 6 of us are here now. And we voted six votes. Somebody will go and cancel it and put 1 vote. Do you know what it means? It's an insult. It's a terrible. So they play this game and we go determine. Yeah, Muslim ticket is now selling, is the best. When people talk like this, they think they are God. They are not God. I've seen where wonders happen. Something you never expected from nowhere. Since Nigeria came into being, there has never been a revolution. There has never been a violent change of order of things. There had never been even a peaceful change. It's not even good. It's not even so easy. So when they are doing all these things, people might not know why. What Nigerians never expected. In Nigeria, if you want to contest any election, you go and start to bank money, billions or trillions, as the case may be. But a man came out, though a billionaire, but he wasn't sharing money. And yet people were following him. This is a country that is corrupt. Hunger everywhere. Yet this man said, follow me, I will do something for you people. And people were not asking him for money. Rather, people were even using their money to fund. That should tell them that something is about to happen. If you now feel that you want to do a bulwark, you want to stop it, because you feel after eating one type of food, you feel that no, again Nigeria, we choose who we want and put there. You are not God. If you overplay your hand, you don't know how it will end. Those people that were hungry, quietly they go and vote. PVC, they queued endlessly. Some even sustained injury, but they voted. They got their PVC. Some paid money. We watched it here on Niger Watch. Some, their own were dumped in the bush. They retrieved it. Some found their PVC in gutter. Petrol, nowhere. You said, submit all your old Naira notes such that you will take a new one. They submitted the old one. Give us new one, no way. Give us the old one again, no way. Yet, they voted. There are things that when you check on all these things, and somebody with somewhere playing God, that you are now the determinant, not the people. Nobody knows what is going to come to this country. That's why I tell them, that crude oil well that they drink, everybody get it on oil well, they sell them like it, they sell pure water. A time will come, if you better allow P2B to get in and see what he can do for the so-called 133 million people where they abject poverty. I know you more than that, but you want to prevent it and want to feel nothing anybody can do. We crush them, we defeat them. They will vote, you will rig it. They will vote, you say don't upload, switch it off, later we use TPEX. When you are doing all these things, do not think you are God. You are not. When you overplay your hand, hey, I've seen cases where these things happen. It has happened so many countries, we can give example. A time will come when you will say, it's only one person. Nobody is bigger than God. When Abacha was in power, do you know the only place Abacha went to from 1983 to 1998? He was in Nasiru. Only Kefi. Kefi in Nasarawa State was the only journey Abacha made outside federal capital. Ask anybody. The next one he made was to Kanu, and that's a dead body. Because he felt that if he lived, they will overthrow him. What didn't Abacha do? God just put him to sleep. That's all. Nigeria heaved a sigh of relief. You don't play God. One Reverend sister told me when things were difficult, March 1998, the pontiff, Pope John Paul, came to Nigeria for the second time. He came in 1982 and then came again 1998. He spoke to Abacha, closed door session, only him versus Abacha. Release MK Abiola, let him go. Even if he doesn't want to hand over, let him go. That is making, there's so much tension in Nigeria. That's what Pope begged. One of the things he said, release Abiola, let him go. They feel that Pope is ordinary human being. 3 months later, Abacha died. Go and check the milestone. Abacha died. There are, this is the situation Nigeria is now. You did all the wayo you want to do all the thing you want to do, allow P2B to say, you say no. The man, against all odds, no matter the rigging, people voted for him. He took his time, assembled the best lawyers to tell Nigerians exactly what happened. Now you are seeing that P2B is still defeating you in the election, in the proper election. You drag and concord. It's also defeating you in court. Now you are talking of Rerun. You are not God. People are, you see, that is when human beings start to say as if he's God. You are not God. God is looking at all these things because the poor people are crying. It is true they may not go to the street, but you, the person doing it, are you sure of tomorrow? That's why sometimes when Nigerians are politicians are playing their hand, you now have life over death. Go and vote. We went and voted. Only for you to tell us that even if it's 155, we reduce it to 90. Who are you? You go to court. Court is proving it. Say, this is exactly what happened. These are the evidence. Give us what we want. You refuse. Now you want to play. You feel that everything must be. You will say this is the person to rule. Man, they had better be careful. When people don't learn from history, they will repeat it. There are a lot of countries these things has happened. God do it the normal way. P2B did not just come on his own accord. There are forces following him. But who am I to tell Nigerians? Some will say, waiting, we've lost P2B. Okay. If Nigeria erupts tomorrow, it will consume everybody. We won't even know where that your oil well is. But when Nigerians are behaving, Nigerian politics, look at what el-Rufai is saying in a religious country like this. So some people, with this arrangement, tell me, how can Urobo man tomorrow say he be Urobo? I want to be president. How can Idoma TV man say I want to be president? Ibibio, Efik, Anang, Ogoni. Are they not human beings?
Dr. CM.
Only Fulani will decide. Okay.
Dr. CM.
Yeah.
You see, you see, and this problem in Nigeria is just a matter of time. Like my Bible made me to know that there is always a set time for everything. And if the set time has reached, they will definitely. If the set time reach, there will definitely be a change that will come. And the way Nigeria is going now, the judiciary have no option. We are thinking that, they will just get up and say, after all evidence and after all the facts being provided, we decided that there should be a rerun. Now, lie you, they are going to make judgment on every fact that was brought on the table. It's like a man that committed what they call first degree murder and wanting assault, or they will charge you. They will put different jail time for different facts they brought forward. That is how it's going to be. That man is going to be. He will not. He will not even. They have to take him out of the electoral district because he has disqualified himself for bringing that NYSC. He has done unto himself. How can the judiciary? How would they act? What kind of judgment would they put? You cannot ask for a rerun
but see,
if you
but
don't have a fact that will bring about a rerun. There's no rerun in this. Okay, you now count the vote. Let's see how they are placed before you now ask for a rerun. They won't count it, so there's no how. There's not going to be a rerun.
I want to ask a question.
Black Panther, yeah, talk about his NYS. You don't forbid the matter again.
No, I want to ask you a question. No, you go talk, Chris, but I want you to put this question as you address it. Please, have you heard that somebody has NYC discharge certificate and NYC exemption certificate? One person.
For where?
You see, this is
only in Tinubu's world.
Hey,
when I was looking at you trying to educate to Nigeria, you were trying to. Is it such a difficult thing to understand? Because we were trying to educate him. He was just feigning that he didn't know what we were talking about. But the good thing is that you were laughing and you just made everything look so simple. The case he was trying to say that that is already passed. That's a different case. But David Leon from Bayelsa, it's not the same thing he did. He used fake results to contest for Senate before. That's his deputy now. He did that before, and the case was progressing and progressing and progressing before they finally threw the case out based on technicality. Then 4 years later, his opponent they reopened the case, and that was how he was thrown out.
You know what in the Nigerian technicality? Let me tell you. Listen, because some technicalities are funny. Say maybe me and Black Panther get case for court, and I know so I go lose. So I go tell my lawyer, maybe I go hire some people or some police. I know say Black Panther go come court with him lawyer. I'll go arrange, make them go kidnap them a little, delay them. So by the time they delay them that day, maybe court go sit by 10 o'clock, and they are setting out 9 o'clock to be in court premises. They just go arrest them, carry them, they go somewhere. Say if you make now, we shoot you and collect all their phone. By the time then they reach 12, then go release them. So when you get to 8 o'clock or 10 o'clock, then go say, court, any appearances? He said the man no come. He said a content of, he didn't come, which and no notice. You ring and no way. Say they rule him over on technicality. You don't win.
Exactly. You see that?
So that let me arrange the technicality to delay you from coming in. Technicality.
That one is even big. They will it's not even the people involved in the case, the judges themselves. They'll just do everything and call it technicality and blah 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 blah, and that will be the end. Like the case of the Lion, they said the case was filed outside it exceeded the maximum number of days, so because of that, the case was thrown out. But the crime was still there. How can one person, you have exemption certificate and you have a discharge certificate?
One person.
So the truth is that one of them is already forged. So whichever one it is, it doesn't matter as long as you can't have the two. So automatically he's going to.
Both of them are forged.
Yes, let's even assume that one of them maybe is able to. Now, because he's the president, remember Buhari, his own level was given to him in Aso Rock. WAEC officials came to Aso Rock to present his own level to him. Let's now assume that Tinubu's case, let's now assume that NYC, they decide to compromise. So which one of them? So in case they say, okay, he actually served or he actually got an exemption. So it means one of them was fake. And now there's no way he can withdraw that one because he had already presented both of them to, it's already in public space. He has already made use of those papers. Assuming he just did the forgery and it was seen in his possession, that one carries a lesser penalty. but you have used that forged document to get a favor that you wouldn't have gotten if not for the forged document. And they also make declaration that everything they submitted is true. So all those things are going to, so no matter how they look at it, no matter how people want to look at it, it's going to go in for one of those certificates he presented, either the exemption certificate or the certificate of discharge, one of them. So thank you, Black Panther. Over to you.
See, see,
You see,
okay,
the man.
okay,
Oh, continue,
continue.
CM.
Okay, yeah, you see, the analysis, because this thing is funny, is this. This man self. NYC exemption. NYC started giving exemption certificate in 1985.
And he got his own earlier.
The guy
The
na
one
double
they
You
wahala
see,
dey worry
you
that
see,
guy. Oh.
you see, you see, you see, you see, you
it's
see, the
like
thing,
being a citizen of a country that didn't exist.
exactly. So, so, Atiku, now the Atiku concentrate in Chicago and NYC. Now the Atiku concentrate. So NYC said they started giving exemption officially from 1985, but Tinubu's exemption was before then. That one fraud. Then secondly, he's saying doing service can't get discharged like me and you. For where you serve, he said for one chemical company where they Ibadan. Everything is always Ibadan. They check, nothing like that. He's saying go
No
secondary school.
chemical company for Ibadan. Chemical waiting. No chemical company in Ibadan. What's he saying?
He said
All
there
the
himself now.
companies that are
No,
producing chemical were all based in Lagos.
no, look, maybe in a kerosene. Just you waiting to worry yourself now. After all the thing, no, okay, even if in a restaurant, you say he serve, but then, even if to say he serve for one restaurant, mama put for Ibadan, but they where the address where he give, they. So it doesn't mean now that one don't go. He say he attended government college, Lagos, in 1970. Now he pass out. But government college where they Rick Moore started in 1974. This man said,
Nigeria look be like
this
Royal Rumble too.
this man said, he say first he say Ingo government college in Ibadan. That's why I tell you everything in Ibadan. Who been classmate? He don't drop that one. These are one of the funds where in field 1979. I mean 1999. He say Ingo Richard Daly College, which is called Southwest College in where the
Mr.
US now.
CN, please, let me just cut in, please, briefly. Sorry, Dr. CN, you remember in his case in 1999 when he
Yeah,
became governor,
yeah,
one of these issues came up. And the way he won that case, he said it was Afiko Yumi that filled
yeah,
the form for
yeah,
him.
Tokumbo.
Tokumbo Afiko, you remember that case?
Yeah,
I hope they are
yes.
not going to, and the judges, they relied on that. I hope they are not going to do the same here. Because you cannot claim that because somebody filled a form for you, so you are not owning up to the information that were feed for you. Because I was surprised that they gave judgment for his favor in his favor during that
No,
governor.
he cannot. Sorry to interject you. He cannot say somebody filled the form because we all saw him defending the papers and the form he filled
But that
when they
was
were
how he won.
doing.
That was how he won when he was governor. They
But now
gave
we
that.
saw him defending all the papers on TV where they called
Aha.
him in
So,
for interview, everything. So we have video now. If they let me they go that area, we have
so
video.
anything where they do this time, then go just I just they laugh. Let me see what they are going to do.
No, no, no,
See
no, no,
that
but
idea of rerun, everybody should forget about it. That's just the
There's
truth.
not going to be
you know,
rerun.
you know,
If
you
you
know,
which judgment are they going to give for forged
you know,
certificate?
you
Which
know,
judgment
you
are
know,
they going to give for a crime committed, which is they now read section whether section 231 or 632 of the code of the criminal code in America. They saw that it was a drug-related case and it was a criminal case. But because the way the law is in America, they now did a lot of things, and he was not even present because he couldn't come back to America, got that case for several years. So
Even
this is forfeited, they clear all the case. But assuming he was an ordinary citizen, don't you think, and Nigeria have signed that pact with America? Don't you know that there's one last thing America we leave behind is a drug person. Go and check the American history. Any drug person, they go wait for you. They must bring you to America, no matter how you tight rich. Noriega, no, as tight as Noriega, they brought him in.
Sorry, Black Panther. You know, that was what I said in my earlier submission, that the case in the court right now, that they have to dismiss all the other prayers. They have to dismiss it, and they have to give reason for the dismissal of each and every of those cases. The forgery case, they have to give reason. The forfeiture, they have to give reason. The age, the NYSC, everything they have to demo. It's not that there's no leadway pathway for them. That's why that cliche that has become a cliche now, that judiciary is on trial, is a fact. They are also on trial because they must articulate it, and it's not just that they will just say, you know, in judicial judgment, they don't just say we dismiss this case. No, you must give your reason. And as they are doing it, the other part of it is that in all these cases, almost all of them, there are judicial precedents for all of them. Whether they will set aside all of them, there is none, except maybe the issue of non-compliance to the Electoral Act, because the Electoral Act was passed in 2022. So this is the first time that Electoral Act is being tested. But aside from that one, the non-compliance, every other prayer, there are judicial.
How are they going to strike the 25% of Abuja? They will tell us.
25%. There's judicial. You know that in the case in 2003, the case of Obasanjo, that case went to court. In 2007, Yaradua and Atiku, that case went to court, and Supreme Court, you know, judgment delivered was that 25%. That what is his name? Atiku did not get 25% in Abuja, and because Yaradua got 25% in Abuja, so that's it. Even if they want to give it to Atiku, he didn't get 25% in Abuja. So there are judicial precedent for each and every one of them. Is it the forfeiture case? The CJ right now, he was the lead judge, and he delivered the judgment on that.
Yeah, you are right. So, you are right. Yes.
Which way? Is it the NYSC? That one plenty boku. The current one, the one of Bayelsa State, is it the one of in Delta State? Is it the one that is even currently the one that is going on right now? Because if you say Tinubu certificate forgery is fine, there is no crime committed, and he has to go, then that means that the governor of the current governor of Enugu State, he has a case.
Exactly. And this NYSC
I want to ask a question. If you are a citizen of another country, can you vie for governorship position or not?
If you are a citizen of another country, no.
Yes.
Here is that if you are born in that country, then you can't.
No, I think the way it works, how do they put it now? You know, there's a difference between citizenship and if you are a nationality. For example, if Nigeria ceases to exist now, I'm still a Benin man. Dr. CN, you are still an Igbo man. So your origin is more, it takes superiority over your citizenship.
Your national. Your indigenship is.
Your indigenship. Very good. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Yeah, your indigenous takes superiority. So if Nigeria doesn't exist, it means Nigerian passport is gone. I'm no longer a citizen of Nigeria, but I'm still an indigene. of Edo State.
You never answered the case, so you never answered my question.
Are you referring to the gubernatorial case going on in Lagos State? Is that the one you are referring to?
Yes.
See, that one that you're referring to, you know, I think it was mentioned here about 2 weeks ago. And someone said that, you know, someone was making the argument that there is no case there for Labour Party, that the Constitution, you know, is very clear on that. Fortunately, the next day, that same next day, net media made a video on that and clarifies it, that there is a substantial case on that. If you go back to that video on net media, there's a substantial case on that. Because why? There is what is called naturalization, and there is also the allegiance. If you denounce your allegiance to a country, you are no longer a citizen of that country, regardless what, because the argument is that it is only the president of Nigeria, as per the 1999 Constitution, that can take your citizenship away. Nobody else. The power lies on the president of Nigeria. Even if you want to, the president still have to accept it. But if you read the Constitution completely, not in isolation, if you read the entire Constitution, you will know that they have a case there. So that is the deputy governor of Lagos State who have, you know, denounced the citizenship of Nigeria by giving his allegiance to United States and now coming again to contest. And you cannot be a governor, you cannot contest for the position of governor or deputy governor if you are not a citizen of Nigeria. So what they are claiming is that legally she is no longer a citizen of Nigeria.
But what about a dual citizenship?
No, dual citizenship, yeah, that's it. Dual citizenship is based on, see, when you become a citizen of United Kingdom or you become a citizen of United States, that you naturalize, that is naturalization. But there is also the oath of allegiance. If you take the oath of allegiance simply means that you are denouncing, you know, your citizenship.
Yeah, I know. You cannot be a citizen without not taking that oath.
No, without taking the oath of allegiance.
No, you must take the oath of allegiance before you arrive as a citizen.
even if it is naturalization.
Yes, you must take an oath of allegiance. In America, you must swear to the oath of allegiance, totally denouncing your other citizenship and replacing it with America. That is why they give you raise your right hand up and denounce your former citizenship and now say you swear and take an oath of allegiance to the American flag. So that one total, that's why I'm saying I don't know how to do it in that country, but I know America you must denounce one.
Yeah, I think I will leave that for the court to decide. But there are 2 or 3 opinions flying around around this as far as this is concerned. So I'll just leave that to the court. But aside from that, there are other evidences in the Lagos gubernatorial tribunal.
The reason why I'm asking that question is that I don't know if that guy was born there or maybe nationalized there. So that different case. Because you are born there, that one is outright, you cannot contest. But I don't know how Nigeria wrote his other factors in that nationality, whether if you have a citizenship of other countries. I don't know the factors they place behind it, because that will matter a lot, because you can say he can, but there will be other factors that might say you cannot, other addendum attached to the nationality that will say you cannot. So those are the kind of things I'm trying to get.
It's section 28. If you want to just, you can even Google, write a section 28 of the 1999 Constitution, talks about naturalization and then dual citizenship, in that section 28, subsection 1 and 2, it's clearly, it's stated there. However,
because if you look at this thing holistically, there's nothing like dual citizenship.
Well,
because
Nigeria,
I don't know if it's we that bring that matter up. Then if you look at it in an academic way, there's not supposed to be something like dual citizenship. It's supposed to be a single citizenship. You pay allegiance to one and drop one, but naturally you come from this other side. But that does not mean that you understand what I'm saying now.
That's the point you are making. So there is even a video and evidence that was submitted that was, tendered at the tribunal in Lagos State. That is when she was taking the oath of allegiance.
Yes, that one is normal. It's online now.
That video was also tendered. But anyways, I would just want to say one or two things on this el-Rufai thing. There is nothing in that video that is said that is not what he said. He's claiming now that he didn't say so. It is like just taking everybody again for granted. They just think people are stupid, and then it can come out. And then I started thinking, because for every Nigerian politician, when they come out, you have to think ahead of them. You must always be 2-3 steps ahead of them. That's the only way you can do it successfully with Nigerian politicians. Other than that, they will throw you under the bus any given day. So when el-Rufai, came out now to debunk the truth now, which is the truth, what is the reason behind it? It's coming out now. I strongly believe, because he knows that Tinubu is about to announce his ministerial, positions, and he's going to be giving a step in that list, and that is
the Minister of Interior now. They're giving interior.
So that's the reason now. That's the reason why I believe it's coming out now, because once that list is made public officially, this statement that he made, it will resurface. It will resurface even at a larger. The volume will even be louder than what it was when it was first when it first came out. I think about 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago. It will even be louder. So they are only watering the ground, playing the game. That's what they are doing right now.
Sorry to interject you. If you look at the ministerial list, that's why when I did one submission last week, I said, look, there was a lady that came, one of the women leader of APC. He asked from the north. He asked me, what do you have for the northern people? People said it doesn't have anything. I want you all to go and listen to that lady. It was in Arise News.
Yeah. Najatu Mohammed.
Yes, Najatu that said that statement. Najatu is one of the ministers too. She was given a ministerial position.
She got a slot.
Eh?
She got a slot in the ministerial list.
Yeah, she got a slot because she made that statement that what do you have for the north? He said it doesn't have anything. And if you look at the way the thing is now, all the juicy position that those positions are very thick in the ministerial list, he gave it to the Fulanis. I am telling you that before he came there, that was why I told Najatu that if I do anything about the security like that, I am going to be quiet. He said it. Najatu said it now in Arise. So this man is being backed up, and he has signed allegiance to them. That is why there are some positions like Interior. Ministry of Interior is not a position, it's not any other position. The Ministry of Interior is in charge of your embassy, your passport, your immigration, your police,
your prison, prisons.
Your prison. He now gave it to this man that is a religious bigot.
El-Rufai.
Then he now carry one other ministry. There's one other strong ministry, external affairs. I think he gave it another Fulani.
Have you seen? Did you see this other position? Is it Attorney General now? I think Attorney General.
He gave it to another Fulani too now. Attorney General, another Fulani give him.
Yeah, I was surprised. To be honest, I was really surprised.
Those are the things they bargain with you now. Those are the things they bargain.
But that Najatu woman, she also said Tinubu, apart from saying that, he said Tinubu said he was afraid that he won't say anything about security. She also said that the Tinubu he spoke with, he was not present at all. He didn't know what was going on around his surrounding. So that's what that same woman said. And she said she's sworn never to serve in Tinubu's government. So if her name is there, I think you should tell the honorable part and get off from that list.
Get off from which list? List where they juicy. You don't see Nigerian politicians where go come up for juicy position.
But he gave a show. Well, the other positions, like you said,
she was you know what she was doing? Do you know what she was doing when it was
there?
He was lamenting because
if Ribadu is national security advisor, just look at all the positions that have to do with security. It's all one section of the country, because it is from those positions that you can control every other thing that happens in the country. It's just a shame.
Those are the
things of my dream.
He bargained that with them, with the Fulanis, that those are the conditions they gave. Those are preconditions that he must meet before he gained their support. And these are sensitive. These are sensitive, critical positions.
But
and those are
Mr. Kingsley. Sorry if I may just cut you. The question is that how did we get here as a people, the rest of Nigeria? I want us to answer that question. Now, the rest of Nigeria, we have been living where we have been living. It is only the Fulani that came to join us like 300 years ago. And now they are not even amongst the highest number of people, highest sub-nationality with the highest population in the country. How come they are able to control everything? Do you know how many governors those people have? About 9 million people.
Let me answer that question. Let me answer that question. You see, there's a tripod in which Nigeria stands.
Sorry, let me quickly add, before you finish answering, you all know that is the hatred they have against Nnamdi Kanu, because Nnamdi came to expose all those. He was able to look at them eyeball to eyeball, and he told them all these things to their face. That was why when he was illegally captured from Kenya, they made that announcement in Hausa language to Hausa people. Is that supposed to be? Sorry, Mr. Black Panther, can you continue, please?
No, you are good. You see, Nigeria stands on a very strong platform. Those strong platforms that can hold a country. One, it is the one military. That's your defense, your security. Then the judiciary. Then after that one, your borders. These Fulani, they are very rich. They are very, very rich. They've used their
rich in what, Black Panther? Rich in what?
They are merchants. they are merchants, and they behave like pirates along the Sahara. So most of them, they deal on all those resources like gold and all those things which they smuggled. So they've used what they have to capture the north. They are not too much in population, but because of average Fulani deals on cattle, and cattle rearing has been their source of income with other things attached to it. So what they did now was to use the religious platform to go into the north, capture the north, and if you're afraid, capture your military first. Because if you have the military, you got every African nation. And that's what they did. That was their first point to capture, and they did that. And that's why you see that all the military hierarchy from 1 to 20, it's all Fulani. Before it will get down to the south, it will be very, very tough. Except we are recommended by one of the past leaders in Nigeria before you can push off. And because from the rank of a colonel upward is political. So that is how Nigeria is. And they've captured it. They've captured our interior ministry. They don't give a damn about the external. They'll always give external to South, Yoruba, or Igbo. Information to those ones that don't matter. But the interior, your judiciary, your military, it's in their pocket. Your NSA, your DSS, is in their pocket. That is why they can control and make bargain. But our southern brothers, they are just like people that like eating crumbs from the master's table. They are satisfied with that money. They are ready to sell their people out for peanuts, which we all know. And that is why this has really empowered the Fulani for them to go forward with any agenda they want to do. I keep on telling our people, these Fulani are not, they cannot Islamatize Nigeria, they know. But they are taking over with what will protect them in stealing the resources of Nigeria. That is why you see they brought in Boko Haram. Because I'll be able to take my pin and pin everything together. That is exactly what they are doing. They have a lot of resources in the north, which PO know, but PO does not want to divert into that issue because he doesn't want to give them a clue. We have a lot of mineral resources that the world need now. And that is why you see the world, the people in the world, all these governments, they are in support of any kind of government you have in Africa, as long as they will get hold of our mineral resources, which will empower their nuclear plan they have, empower their chiefs, empower their scientific discovery. That is what they are after. But Nigeria say, oh, that is why we are saying we have to get together and speak and talk on, are we meant to stay together? If we are meant to stay together, these are the factors and these are the rules and regulations that will make us stay together. Apart from that, that is why I say, if PO come to power today, that is what I'll be climbing on. That is what I'll be speaking on. That is what I don't even give a damn about.
Gentlemen, I want to sleep.
If he doesn't get that structure through the constitution back in line, they'll keep on breaking, they'll keep on coming back. They are like hyena. Hyena is very patient. They'll come back again and dismantle it.
Let me just say, sorry for just to interrupt you to make this, on my side, this, Mr. Chris question that how did we find ourselves here? How did we, in addition to what you Black Panther said, see this lie that they have sold to us, especially Southern Nigerians, they not as the population. That lie is what they are protecting, and the Southern continue. They have sold them into that lie because the Southerners, the politicians, believe that there is no way they can get to power without the votes. That theory has been decimated by PO this last election.
Exactly, yeah.
It is just a fake, and as long as that is it, and they know that they are just a lie that they have been selling to Nigerians for almost over half a century. That lie has been broken. They are doing everything in their power to hold on to authority, to power now. That's it. That's why Southerners, what do you need them for? Give me one reason why you will need. See, if Nigeria is working today, if everything gets back to normal today in Nigeria, and we have a normal organized society, they're not one crying that they want to bail out of Nigeria. They will be, they will be crying. What is it that they will put on the table? The resources that they have, they cannot harness it themselves. They can't bring together to the useful and to the benefit, the general benefit of Nigerians and Nigerians as a country.
And not only that, the feudal system they practice in the north, in the south, when a southern chap, say in all our villages, gets money, you will see how many people is training in school. So many people do it, but in the north they don't. Just marry wife and then born children, give them plates to go and beg. No, it can't happen. And moreover, like you said, they want to sustain the lies. If you notice, go and check the presidential election result of 2015 and 2019. All you hear is they may tell you by the time they count the vote of Kaduna, Kano, and Katsina, you will be hearing 2 million. 2.62 million, 600, all those, it did with beavers, highest you hear 100 and something, 300 so and something thousand. So all those million vote, no more. Because beavers is the word they will use. And the Obi promise if it comes in, another election they will do will be almost free. Will be just like free of charge. Because UN will look into it, and then the system he will use will be so simple that the rigging won't be there. So that's what they are protecting. Fulani are not indigenous to Nigeria. And let me tell you, it's because of the fact that people concede to them the power they don't have. Like you said, people feel that for you to win, you must consult. It's a lie. It's nothing. If we restructure Nigeria run very well, Fulani cannot make any headway. Hausas are the people they overthrew in the north to take over their land and become emir. Every emir you hear in the north is a Fulani. Even to become a governor, not only them, everything. And what is their population? I don't think they're up to 10 million. So when you see this type of thing, it's just that they are holding Nigeria by the jugular because of they're in the military. Everywhere they plan themselves. It won't work. This revolution P2B started, let him get in, things will change. Because they have to restructure Nigeria straight. We restructure Nigeria. Restructure means devolving power. Not everything will be federal, so that everybody will be controlling. Go to your state and develop your area. To me, I prefer today Ogoni. Clean up Ogoni. Still very, I pity them. I prefer resource control. Control your resources. Maybe bring 60% or 50%, anything I agree, to the center. And most of the things will be controlled by the state. So that you can't see somebody from Katsina is a police officer. I see me in Anambra slapping people, collecting money. No way. If you're a police officer, police your place. Katsina man can police Katsina better than an Igbo man. So Igbo man can police Anambra better than somebody from Niger State or somebody from Bauchi. That is the meaning. And they don't want it. So that cheating or neo-colonialism has to stop. It's not, that's why Rerun will just be talking as if he's talking to people in kindergarten, opening his mouth. See the way he's talking, nobody will do them anything. But if you say something from the Weibo or whatever, they say, go and they arrest him. He want to destabilize Nigeria. Anyway, gentlemen, all those things, let's just keep going. But today, if not for court case, this court good though. If not for court case, I wouldn't know that a Nigerian can have a discharge certificate and the exemption certificate. One person from NYC. One person. Hey, oh dear. Thank God for Atiku. If not, it's the only thing Atiku did in this world to expose it. How if you can disqualify somebody from Bayelsa State because of forgery, and the Enugu State governor is going through hell now because of forgery, what stops us from banning Tinubu now? Why? He shouldn't contest. The forgery is too much. He shouldn't contest. So, well, let's see how it pans out. But definitely something must have to give. Something must have to give. Gentlemen, I want to see if I can sleep.
I'm very sure of Enugu State own. I'm very sure of PO's own. These guys are going to give. I'm very, very sure, because in law, there are some things you avoid. There's some things you avoid because they know that if they should give a ruling that is against the whole thing, it might lead to a chaos. And come to think about it, all the factors that will make them to give a ruling that, oh, there should be a rerun, those factors have been defeated. And come to think about it, before you do that, you have to count all the legal votes. You count it, you bring it out to the public, then you now know whether there is a clause there. Because if they don't count all those legal votes, which we know that if they count it, we are going to win. So now, if they count it, we win. So all those blunt votes that they are saying is blunt, that will not concern us again. The one we see, you count it. The one we presented, you count it and see how it goes. So before they can come up with all those things, they have to throw all those factors, all those big, heavy facts that are brought towards them. They have to find a way to cancel it. But because of the law and the constitution, which is gripping their hand, it is very, very difficult for them to do that. And I believe, because all eyes are on them now, if they go any way, the way the thing is burning in the cyberspace and in Nigeria now, it might lead to a chaos in the country. And I'm suspecting that if it leads to a chaos in the country, I'm suspecting that the military might probably jump in. And not all the general, the small military like Colonel, they might jump in and take advantage of it, and we have a new military government. That is what I'm thinking, because that has been the way they always come into power every time.
It's true. Gentlemen, I will say good night.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think good night.
We meet again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Good night.
It was nice speaking with all of you.
Thank you, Chris. Black Panther, see you tomorrow. Thank you ever so much. It's already tomorrow here. It's already next day here in UK.
All right.
Thank you. At least I've learned something today. Somebody, the only person.
Night,
so if they ask you in a quiz, say which Nigerian? Wait now. We gonna do them for quiz. I go tell Nigeria was sometime we go do quiz. Just even if now 1 hour. Which Nigerian? The only Nigerian ever to have discharge certificate and the exemption.
Two quizzes. The only Nigeria that has 2 certificates for NYC, and the only Nigeria that doesn't still understand that.
No, not that has 2 just if you say 2 certificates, then no say it has exemption and discharge.
The same time.
At this one person. And the exemption was given to him even before NYC started giving exemption.
Hey, nice speaking with you guys today. Black Panther, Dr.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Black Panther.
Right.
Good night, thank you.
Good night, everybody. Mr. Najawat, thank you very much.
Najawat, thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Najawat, in your absence. God bless you for this platform. Good night, everybody.
Yeah.